Hello, it's the 23rd of March at about 6 o'clock in the evening, a Monday, and I thought I'd do a quick update. I don't think I've done one since the Christmas break. Where am I at? Well, haven't got too much modelling done as I predicted, given it's summer and I'm supposed to spend most of the summer hours outdoors. Been doing a little bit of that, but it's cooling down a little bit now. We've got the Cricket World Cup being co-hosted in New Zealand at the moment, co-hosted with Australia, and they're getting to the final stages of that, and so that's all coming to an end. My football team, the Wellington Phoenix, are doing pretty well. They're sitting top of the Australian Hyundai A-League and having a laugh at the moment, which is unusual for them, but they're there nevertheless. And on the modelling front, my last video I was trying to do a little bit of a quick project on the FYU-1 Navy fighter, just a 1 in 72 Academy kit, and it was the first one I was going to have a crack at chipping on, and I kind of stuffed it up a little bit. Was a bit annoyed at myself. A bit heavy-handed, ended up ruining the paint job, and so I just thought, oh well, we'll call that one done and dusted. Stuffed it back in the box and stuck it on the shelf, and no doubt I'll drag it out in about 10 years and have a laugh at myself. Nevertheless, so that was a bit annoying, so that screwed that up a little bit. So I thought, oh well, we'll crack on and have a go at chipping on the other one that I was working on, which was the Mitsubishi Interceptor. And I've tried a few different things on this one that I've never done before. So I've done some chipping, and again, it's all a bit heavy-handed, and I'm pretty new to all the chipping side of things, but I've given it a go anyway. I've tried a few different techniques. I tried the salt technique, and tried the just dabbing with a sponge, a bit of the scratching, just to see how each one sort of turned out. And all of them at once is a bit too much, but that's okay. I'm sort of just throwing this together just to have a bit of an experiment, and I guess get some chipping miles under my wings. Of the lot of them, I felt that I liked the salt technique for some of the bigger patches, and then I think the sponge kind of worked the best, just to get the really tiny flecks of chipping affected. And as you can see, so yeah, you probably won't be able to see on this crummy camera. It's just nevertheless, anyway, it's given a go. And then on the bottom, I've done a little bit of grime and streaking, and I don't know if that's picked up. But again, it's quite heavy-handed, and I tried to do a bit of highlight spraying on the tops of the wings just to try and get a bit of that patchy look to it. And on the bottom, I attempted to do a bit of I don't know what I was doing then. I don't even remember doing it, to be honest, so I must have been in a dream at the time. Either way, it's been a bit of an experiment, and I don't mind it looking a bit rubbish, but it's all experience, I guess. As I say, the F4U-1 was a complete and utter arse. I ended up taking paint off right down to the original plastic and all sorts. So I thought it annoyed me, so I thought I'd carry on with this one. Either way, I'm going to see this one through. It'll look horrendous, but it's been good practicing. On the side, as I've been going up to the beach house on a regular basis, I've been sort of taking my box of tools and stuff with me. I dug out another one just to keep. I like to work on more than one project at once. So I decided I kind of need to get a few models under my belt. So I did sort of half a dozen last year, for mainly 1 in 72 scales, 1 in 48, and didn't really get too adventurous with the different techniques and stuff. So kind of in the same spirit of this one, I just want to knock a few out and try a few different things that I'm learning off YouTube, and as I doze off to sleep at night, try and put a few things into practice. So I've got enough of a stash just to ram a few through and just keep trying things out, and as I say, just keep practicing. So one I have picked up and been carrying backwards and forwards with me from the beach house, and this is the I don't know if it's an old or a new one. I suspect it's a fairly old kit, but just the Airfix Evelyn Mosquito, and I'm going to do the Mark 6, I think. Oh no, I'm going to do the Mark 2 in the dark grey. That's what I was actually going to do, what was on the box, just to keep things uncomplicated. So I've been working on that as well, and it's, as I say, it's been literally 15 minutes here, 15 minutes there, and as you well know, whenever you come back to a model, you sort of it takes 10 minutes to figure out where you're up to. But nevertheless, I'm at the point where the fuselage has gone together, and I'm just starting to work away at the seam line underneath. Got the pilots painted up in my style, which is all fingers and thumbs. I don't know, you probably won't be able to see, the camera's a bit ableist, but you see a few dials in there. But again, it's a pretty basic kit, not a lot of detail, so I'm sort of kind of making the most of it. But as I say, I'm putting a lot of effort into things that I've been, different techniques I've been learning or watching on YouTube, and see if I can put them into practice. So I'm going to make a concerted effort to get rid of that seam line way better than I've ever gotten rid of a seam line before. So that's the challenge for that one. And like a lot of you guys out there that I watch the videos of, I think I've come to the same conclusion. I hate masking canopies. This particular one, it's the biggest one I've ever done, and my god, I nearly went cross-eyed doing that thing. It's not perfect, but there wasn't a lot of detail embedded in the actual plastic itself. And my knife, I didn't have any spare blades either, so my knife wasn't particularly sharp either, so that made things even worse. But yeah, I got it done eventually, but what a nightmare. So yeah, that canopy pretty much decided that I hate doing that. Nevertheless, so anyway, we'll crack on with that one this evening for half an hour or so before I have to go and do my duty on the kids before bed. That's that one. That's all I've got in progress at the moment. One new acquisition, not a major, just an old cheapo for $5 off a bargain, and again it's just part of my new theme of knock out a few and try a few different techniques, and it's just another basic Academy 1/72 scale, just $5 NZ, can't go wrong. So again, I'll stick it on the pile. So yeah, that's that. Not too much going on. Been watching a little bit of the of YouTube on and off. I've been watching a bit of Warren Blanch's channel. Enjoy watching Warren's stuff, and seems to know what he's doing. International Brit modeler, Martin, I think, based in the US. Really enjoy watching how precise and organised he is, and enjoying those your videos, Martin, if you ever see this. UK scale modeler, always enjoy those brief updates from the car, and again, just puts, you've got a good knack of making it all seem so achievable, because not everybody's perfect, and I'm miles behind most people, but it's good to know that everybody's learning, and Ian, you're quite good at sort of reminding us of that. Starring Phoenix, enjoy your brief updates. Primitive modelling, you're a bit of Chris. Enjoy your little often middle of the night updates. And I've been watching a bit of Von Ketteringham, who doesn't necessarily do a lot of armour or aircraft, as does the figurine painting, but again, it's more the technique around keeping the bench tidy and methodically working through stuff that is quite interesting to watch. So yeah, as I say, I've been pretty lazy on the video front. I'm not sure how Model Pro 72's Vulcan or Great Wall Vulcan got on. I've not caught up on those videos yet. I noticed there'd been another smattering of feelings hurt and stuff recently. I'm not sure what all that was about, but I'll catch up on those videos once I get a chance to. Because I'm a big fan of the Vulcans and the V bombers in general, and two, I like Lenny's commentary as well. So yeah, no other news really. Kids' birthday parties, work, all that sort of stuff keeping me busy. As I say, we're heading into autumn here now. Barbecue season's not quite done, but we're getting there. Daylight saving will kick in a week or two, and then we're rolling into Easter, and then it's the slippery slide down into winter. And I've got a couple of business trips over to Aussie coming up in the next month or two, and another one to the US as well. So, unfortunately for me, the heads down, bombs up period for New Zealand is from here and through till October now. We don't have too much of a break halfway through. There's no summer holiday to break it up for us, so we go into the depths of winter and get through it as fast as we can, and with as few downtimes as we can. But as I say, I should get a lot more time to test out some of these techniques that I'm wanting to test out. I don't think there was really much else. As I say, I want to get this chipping down pat, get rid of these seam lines as a bit of a knack. I've been watching a lot of Genesis models with Bobby Waldron, and those that I think sometime this year my aim will be to basically take one of his step-by-step videos and literally go step-by-step alongside. I'm assuming that's the intent of those videos, but certainly one of the ways I'm going to use them. I've bought the Red Arrows Hawk set, which he's posted a step-by-step video on. So I think that will help me practice some of my techniques on one, putting a model together without following the instructions necessarily all the time, and getting some of the basic techniques down, and then just go from there. You have to pay for the subscription, but it's a couple of quid a month. It's no biggie, and for someone like me that really needs to learn some of the basics before I get too carried away, it's a good resource. I've downloaded 3 or 4 of the Misfits magazine editions as well, or releases, or whatever they're called. And yeah, it's a funny thing really. It's good to see the guys that we see on YouTube in print, because you kind of know who they are. So it's quite a cool thing. So well done, Aaron, and everybody that's contributed. It's it's a really good read, and it's very unique. It's very unique considering the multimedia community that lives behind it. So well done on that, and enjoying those. That's about it really. No other real news from my side, as I say. So I'm not going to be buying any more kits for a little while. I mean, I've got plenty to be plodding through, and as I say, I want to churn a few out before I get into some of the more cool ones like the Vickers Valiant and the Vulcan. But yeah, that's me. Take it easy and see you next time. Cheers.